like to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Selby. I'm the librarian here at Sunnyside. Today I'm going to talk about the floor plan of our library and talk about questions you might have about the Media Center before you come down here. When you walk into our library, every student needs to have a lanyard pass. This pass will have the teacher's name on it. I know then that you were supposed to come down to the library, and the teachers are aware that you're coming down to our library. Please remember you need to have a lanyard pass around your neck. Not in your pocket, but around your neck so I can see it when you walk into the library. And please keep this on the entire time you're walking through the library shelves. Your hands are free to look for books that way. The pass stays on your neck. When you walk into the Media Center, we have a really nice, comfortable section in the beginning part of our library area here. This is an area that's I always have displays on, very current books. Right now I have this year's Young Hoosier books, which are books that are very current and popular. It's a good place to go check this display rack. Also over here I'll have on display new books in the Sunnyside Library. I have a variety of books that I purchased over the summer. This is just a few of them on display. Please don't hesitate to take any of the books off the display and check those out. Now the Young Hoosier books are very popular books. That's why I kind of show them off when you walk into our library. The last 2 years of Young Hoosier books are on these towers. This is 2 years ago of Young Hoosier books, multiple copies. And this is last year's Young Hoosier books, again, multiple copies. And over here you'll find the 2010, the 2011 Young Hoosier books. What I like about the Young Hoosier books is, again, they're very popular. There's a variety of books to read. There's 20 titles that are listed on the shelf area here. Again, good books to read, and I like to show them off when you walk into the library. When you see what we have in our library here, we have a video storage room, we have small instruction rooms, I have an AV equipment side room, we also have another small group instruction room here as well. So we do have some side rooms where teachers and students can use the library in a small group setting. When you're walking through our library, as you continue through, we have an area here for research and study for an entire class. I also have the same setup across at the other end of the library by the windows. Again, a nice place to do some research and study as a class group. Walking over here, you will see I have my library browsers. The library browsers uses a program called Destiny. It's an online program. The Destiny program is the same one that you used at elementary school. So if you're comfortable with that, you'll be comfortable with it here. You can look up a book by author, title, subject, or series. Again, it's a good source to find out if a book's on the shelf or if we have the book. The best way to go is to check online the computer first. Again, this is the Destiny software program. As you walk through over to this section of our library, we have our picture book section, alphabetical by author's last name. They stand out very easily. In fact, if you kind of look at the shelves, they will have a red marking on the spine. It'll be a dot or square example showing with the red that they belong over in this section here, the picture section, picture book section. I have quite a few picture books. There's a variety of different things you can use picture books for besides reading, and also from other areas that teachers use picture books as well. This is the picture book section. Then it's going through the library. Over here we start our fiction area. Remember, fiction is your made-up stories, your not true stories. And I have them in alphabetical order by author's last name. And they'll be marked along this shelf area here by green, giving you the fiction area, the part of the shelf, and part of the alphabet you will be working with. Please take advantage and look through this markings here that tells you what part of the alphabet we're working with on each shelf. Again, the green is for the fiction in this section here. Remember, when you're also looking on the shelf for books, if you pull a book out, a book that's interesting to you, remember sometimes it's nice to do a little marking with the book next to it. Then if you don't want the book, you kind of know where to put it back on the shelf. If you do not know where a book belongs on the shelf, you're not familiar with the library, especially right now when it's so new, just bring it over to one of my assistants or bring it over to me and we will put the book back for you. Please don't put it in the wrong spot. Just bring it up to us, we'll put it back. Looking at our shelf, you see quite a few of our blue labels. The blue labels on the spine tell you it's an accelerated reader book. If you're doing a book, obviously for AR, you need to look for that blue label marking on the spine. Most of our books by now are AR. So check through here, look for the blue labels. As I look through this shelf, everyone along here is an accelerated reader book. So please look for those markings on the shelf. Also, any of the accelerated reader books, we will have a yellow band across telling you the book level and the points of the book, and also again showing that it's AR on the spine. Again, your fiction books are through the beginning part of our shelf area here. As you're walking down farther through our library and over to our window section, you come to an area that has the blue labels. And these blue labels are our nonfiction section. Remember, nonfiction books are arranged by number. Nonfiction number. In the nonfiction section, you'll find books that deal with sports. You'll find books that deal with history, American history. You'll find books that deal with folklore. Again, it's science, social studies areas for research, and books that are true factual books that you might enjoy reading. Again, it'll be marked off with the blue section here alphabetically by numbers. As you're working back farther in our library, you come to the area, we have our other area tables for research and a class setting again, which is really nice because we can have 2 classes in the library at one time. Along this wall, you'll find in this section over here are reference books, again, books that you refer to for information, for research. Also against the back wall, we have our biography books. Biography books are about famous people. In the 921s and 922 part of our library numbers, these are biographies. And as you walk through here, as a reminder, that is an exit emergency door here for our library. And we cut through this area over here, come to our computer lab. We have a computer lab that's adjacent to our library. There's 27 Dell computers for you to do research on the internet, to do word processing, and also an area and a way to print any of your materials through the computer lab. And following through me, this direction with me over here, we have our workroom. Our workroom is an area where we do our processing of books, preparing books. This is our back section back here. As you come this section, we'll come to our circulation table, circulation desk. We have 2 stations for circulation desks. I have 2 assistants that will be helping me this year, and please don't hesitate to ask questions of them or me if you're not sure where things are in the library. When you come to check out a book and you found a book on the shelf that you really want, you bring it up to the counter. We have what we call date due cards that we put in the back of our books. These date due cards are very helpful. They tell you when your book is due. You can check out 2 books, and the books are due in 2 weeks. Do you have to keep it for 2 weeks? No, but that tells you how long a book is due. If you're at home and you put one of these cards in thinking, when was the last time I was in the library, this will show you how much more time you have on that book. Simply place it in the pocket in the back of the book, and you're set with a date due card. Then in front of you here, I have examples of the Rolodex cards. I will have 3 trays for 5th grade, and I'll have 3 more trays for the 6th grade. So again, they're alphabetical by your last name and going through the alphabet. Let's say I pull out a card here, and I'm going to be, how about this person right here? I'm going to be Weston Hall for today. I'm pulling out his card, and I see a spot where his card belongs. I'm not really sure if I remember where to put it back. Mark your spot, all right? This I'm marking with a green marker, so when I'm done, I know that's where my card belongs. Take my card and my book over to one of the computer stations, and I will have my assistants, or I might sometimes be behind the counter. I'll scan the barcode of your name, and then I scan the barcode found in the back of the book saying Sunnyside Middle School. The book has been scanned. Again, you may check out 2 books. When you're done with that, Weston Hall is done checking out his book. He simply puts it back where the green marker was. Don't have to worry about the alphabet again. Here, mark it there, and the markings go back in the marked cards back in this orange tray. All right? So that's how we'll check out books, the checkout procedures, and you take your book back to class. Now with AR, you will be floating in and out through the hallways. And again, remember how important our rules are being considered as we're traveling through the halls back and forth through the classes. So 2 stations to check out at a circulation desk area. And when you return books, you simply return them on the top of that counter. There's a sign that says return books here. Drop off your books there when you enter the library, and then go look for your library books. It usually takes about 10 minutes with her AR books to find your book and then head back to class. And then someone else in your class will put on a lanyard pass and come down and check out. And that'll be our checkout procedures. I have a questionnaire that I'd like to share with you about the 10 most asked questions about your media center. And if I can take a minute to go through those with you. Number 1, how many books can I check out? Students in 5th and 6th grade will be checking out 2 AR books for their reading program. 5th graders will have access to the library during their STAR periods in the afternoon, and 6th graders will come to the library during their morning language arts or math double period class. What books can I check out? You may check out fiction or nonfiction books. Our reference books you can check out as well, especially if you're doing research. Now the 2 books that you check out for AR, if you're doing a project, you may check out other books that go with any of your research projects as well. But for AR, you need to have 2 books. What are the library computers used for? The computers I talked about. You can look up an author, title, or subject on the library browser. Destiny is the name of our online catalog program. It's used by all the schools here in our corporation. Number 4 question, is there a way to print materials in the Media Center? We have a Dell computer lab next to the library for class use, and we have a printer in there available for students to print out in the lab. What are the Media Center hours? Question number 5, 7:45 to 3:30 p.m. Students may stop in the library before or after school. If you need me to stay longer, if you're working on projects, please let me know that, and make sure your family's aware that you're staying after to work in the library too. Question number 6, how do I return library materials? Coming down to the library from your class with a lanyard pass, You simply bring your books and place them on the top of the circulation desk, marked by the sign that says, "Return books here." Number 7, how do I check out library books? Every student name and number can be scanned in the Media Center circulation computer at our front desk. Students are not fined for overdue books, but will have to pay for damaged or lost books. What are the names of the library staff? My name is Mrs. Selby, that's S-E-L-B-Y. I'm the librarian. I'll have 2 library assistants, Mrs. Metzger and Mrs. Miller, that will be helping me this year. Number 9, question. What are the rules of the Media Center? Students using the library will continue to follow the Bronco Way rules we've talked about. Be safe, be responsible, be respectable, and be positive. And number 10, are there any reading clubs at Sunnyside? Students are encouraged to read the Young Hoosier books, those 20 titles on display in the front of the library. I have read and feed parties held during January through May, and we talk about the Young Hoosier books. More details will follow as we get into the school year. I want to wish you all a great school year. Enjoy your library. Stop in, read, and research.